The story revolves around 2nd Lieutenant Bart Gregory, David Anders, who was killed in Iraq under mysterious circumstances. 1. Bart awakens in his grave after his friends and girlfriend Janet, Louise Griffiths, attend his funeral. Enlisting the assistance of his best friend, Joey Leubner, Chris Wylde, Bart begins to comprehend and learn how to deal with his new undead state, specifically, the fact that Bart requires blood to keep decomposition at bay and that he returns to a state of inanimation during daylight hours. Joey conducts online research to determine what Bart is and appears to be stuck between a zombie and a vampire before concluding that Bart is a revenant. Bart and Joey become vigilantes while purchasing beer from a little shop in Koreatown after Bart shoots and then consumes a thug who is robbing the establishment. They take pleasure in the incident's media publicity, and Joey begs Bart to give him the evil gift. Bart rejects the suggestion and laughs it off. But when a future vigilantism effort goes awry and Joey is severely wounded, Bart is compelled to suck Joey's blood to heal himself. For a while, the two continue their assassination campaign until Matilda, J.C. King, a friend of Janet who despises both Bart and Joey, follows them and threatens to make Janet, in particular, aware of their crimes. Joey shoots Matilda in the chest, but she is still alive long enough to transmit Janet the information. Joey tells Bart to meet him back at the flat in 30 minutes with a packed bag out of fear that they may be discovered, then strangely drives off. At the apartment, Bart runs into a tearful Janet, who makes him explain that he needs blood to keep stable. She then implores him to eat from her so that he won't have to kill any more. When Bart loses control, he drains her to death. Returning to the apartment, Joey offers the two the use of a pimped-out hearse and advises they travel to Las Vegas to continue their rule there. The two start to fight, however, once Bart shows him Janet's body, and they then shoot each other repeatedly, albeit this is not enough to kill either of them. Joey lashes out and declares he'll travel to Vegas by himself. In order to guarantee Janet's death, Bart decapitates her and then throws her body over the bridge, where he and Joey customarily disposed of their corpses. SWAT teams apprehend Bart, who is then transported to jail where, at daybreak, he passes out in his cell. At dusk, Bart awakens again in the morgue and makes his way out, arriving back at the flat. A package with Joey's severed head is inside. Joey is still alive because he was beheaded at night, and Bart uses a vibrating dildo to make Joey's head talk. Joey asks Bart to murder the gangbanger for good after warning him that the person they killed earlier is coming for retaliation. After crushing Joey's head beneath a bulldozer, Bart tries to commit suicide. Contrary to conventional wisdom, hanging oneself from Christmas lights and shooting oneself in the head do not provide the expected results. Even though he attempts to fling himself in front of the subway car, he only manages to sever his arm. After getting on the train, Bart discovers and reads a letter that Janet had placed in the pocket of his uniform during his burial. Attacking the only other passenger, he collapses. More SWAT teams attempt to apprehend him after he is apprehended and flees into the station. He eventually makes it to a mountaintop, where he collapses again at daybreak while being surrounded by guys wearing hazmat suits. The movie then shifts to a sort of tour where Bart and other revenants are displayed to military troops in glass containers. Bart is asked if he is a soldier, and the general says that he might have an advantage because of that. Then, Bart and the other revenants are shown being airdropped onto Khuzestan province in Iran in a sizable canister. When the canister lands, it opens, releasing Bart onto the nation.